Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Fast CPA and Consultants. I'm here with our CPA, Fulton Abraham Sanchez. Welcome, Fulton.
Thank you.
So if you're watching us for the first time, we started this section called Tax Talks a few months ago, where you send us your questions and we will answer them through these videos. So today's topic is going to be accounting for check cashing companies. So our first question is, what is a U.S. check cashing company CPA?
Okay, for the check cashing business is also classified within the money service business. These are stores that are dedicated to check cashing, and also they receive money from people in the US and they transfer to different countries. So they have this typical license, there is money service business license in each state of the union. And the CPA that specializes in this type of business is in charge of reconciling the accounts that go with the different, let's say, the different type of businesses. There is an account for check cashing, there is a bank account for check cashing, there is another bank account for receiving the money from people in the US or the clients in the US who want to transfer to another country outside of the US. Type Western Union, typical like Western Union. There are small businesses in the US that do that separate from Western Union. In addition, these stores also have services like they provide cell phone, for example, cell phone chargers, or they sell small items that typically are merchandise that they offer in their store. So that will be a third revenue source, or a third account that they also have. So that will involve the cost of goods sold. So it's a business typical or mix between a service for the sending of the money and the checking and the cashing of the checks, as well as goods for the selling of goods like chargers for cell phones, or cards are related to cell phones, anything that is related to cell phones, or even items related to cell phones, or any other item that they can sell in the store.
Okay.
And the CPA needs to have experience between the correct classification and accounting or bookkeeping for each of the transactions for the different type of services and products that the company sells. In that case, it will involve the reconciliation not only of the bank accounts, but also the commissions, because in addition, that will be a fourth source of income. Check cashing business or money service business, they also offer, for example, the payment of utility bills, telephone, electricity, cell phone, and they have an agreement with the company, with AT&T or with T-Mobile, and when they receive the payment, they take a commission, and all that is reconcilable at the end of the month. This fourth source of service or fourth source of business also need to be reconciled against the report that the different payments. This is for electricity, or this is for cell phone, this is regular phones, are given, and this will be another reconciliation matter for the company.
Okay. So we have another question. How do accountants manage check cashing companies in USA?
They usually have a base program. This is an accounting program, could be QuickBooks or any other software that the accountant deems necessary. Once the accountant is familiar with the different sources of revenue, it will request the different type of reports, including the report for inventory, the report for commissions received, for the payments, collections of utility services, the different cashing of the checks, as well as any other item that they have, for example, sending money overseas on behalf of a client here in the United States. So once all these reports are given, then it comes to a process of reconciliation, where before the reconciliation, the transactions are entered into the corresponding accounts, and the reconciliation process is also given. In addition to that, For example, this type of business, the check cashing business, they also involve credit cards. They have credit cards and they pay their vendors with credit cards, and that is an additional reconciliation process after the assigning of the transaction to the different accounts.
Okay.
So all this process involves the classification and later the reconciliation of all the transactions for the check cashing business.
Okay. So what is US cashing companies bookkeeping?
Oh, okay. The basic of the bookkeeping for the company is that because these entities, money service business entities, check cashing business, they involve or they are required to report to the state, to the Department of Financial Services of the state, of each state. They are required to report quarterly. So the bookkeeping is extremely important because by the 20th or no, the 15th of the second month after the at the end of the quarter of each quarter, the company, the check cashing business, check cashing company is required to report. This is an obligation to the state. And without the bookkeeping, without the process of classification and reconciliation of all classification of transactions and reconciliation of all the accounts, bank accounts and credit cards and inventory accounts, that will not be possible. So it's a must that every single check cashing business that is doing money service business, including check cashing, including sending money overseas, including the payment of receiving payment for utility services and selling goods that involve inventory and cost of goods sold, they must have their numbers accurate and on time, with the objective of complying with the obligation of reporting to the Department of Financial Services in each state.
Okay, and then we have our final question, which is, which are the benefits of a CPA specializing in US check cashing companies?
The most useful that a check cashing business can have is the speed with replying to the questions. We have, for example, a client who is constantly in contact with us regarding the questions that the business needs. In this case, are questions related to the reporting, questions related to the classification of transaction, question related to reconciliation, and that is a good CPA will reply in the same day. Client usually contacts through text or WhatsApp or email, and it is supposed that the client receives the answer at the same day because client needs the information. And an experienced CPA with a good amount of experience, or an experienced CPA with a good amount of knowledge in this industry, will be able to help and support the business. First of all, to provide a good set of records, of accounting records, through a good bookkeeping, monthly bookkeeping, and second, to provide the reports that are required for the filing to the Financial Services Department of each state. It's a requirement, as I said before, for each quarter. And finally, is the contact, is the information that the CPA can provide to the business with the objective of keeping the business in compliance, avoiding penalties for late filing, and providing the information and answering to all the questions that the owner of the business will need every day.
Okay, well, those are all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much, Folsom, for being here. And also, if you have any more questions, you can always contact us through our email or social media, and we'll put all the information in the description of the video below. Thank you again, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.